Go red and walk a mile. Learn more right after this.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg,
Yeah,
how you doing?
not so good.
Oh, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. But we're going to do the show anyway.
Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
we have to. We have to. You have to keep going regardless of how you feel.
Yeah.
And actually, that's kind of what our show is about. Is health, health-related topic, and it's amazing. From all the technology and all the things we know, still the things that kills us as Americans in a society such as this. So,
Well, you have some healthy
what?
habits.
Who, me?
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
saying you've always had it.
I'm doing better. I'm trying to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to do better.
Yeah.
But I got to give a lot of that credit to you.
I don't know.
Well, you know, they say you can teach. You don't have to do, but you can teach. You've taught me some great habits. Now,
Yeah.
whether you do them all or not, that's something else.
Yeah,
But you've
right.
taught me some
Well,
great
okay.
habits.
All right. Well, this is one of those, well, I guess they all are, but one of those topics where I'm going to learn. So I'm anxious to hear anything new, especially something that's gotten your attention. I'm very curious about. So we'll be talking about health today. Important. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this with our guest.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're very happy to have with us today our guest, Ms. Howard, who is going to tell us about an organization, an event, and some health-related issues.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Now, you're going to have to help me out first. I know Greg, as usual, knows more about this than I do, so you're going to have to help me out.
All right.
Tell me about the organization, and then we'll get to the event.
Okay. I'm part of St. James AME Zion Church, and within that, I'm part of the Missionary Society, and they have an annual Walk a Mile for a Second Mile campaign. And I kind of partnership with American Heart Association with a gentleman called Mark Mooney. And he has given me more information about heart disease and strokes, and which is very valuable. So when we have this event, I can produce that information to our people.
Well, all right. So I'm going to have to. So this is the second event, second annual.
Actually, this is the fourth.
Fourth.
Yes, this
Oh,
is
so
the
it's been
fourth
around for a
year.
while.
Yes.
So what? Before we get the particulars of the event, I'm curious about How did it get started?
Well, I guess information has shown that the #1 killer among women is heart disease and stroke, plus cancer. And most of us don't know that we have concerns with our bodies. Mothers, daughters, sisters and grandmothers, we're walking around not knowing what our numbers are. And when I say that, I mean our cholesterol number, HDL, the good cholesterol, our blood pressure, our blood sugar, and our body mass index. So we're walking around like a time bomb, not knowing that maybe there's something that's going on with our bodies. And so we want to focus on that among women. The signs are different with the gentlemen, with men. For example, we sweat, we may sneeze, we'll have pains under our arms, both or one. So our signs are different from the men. So we need to get that information out to the public.
Now, see, this is interesting to me. I mean, we've talked about some of these issues before with us, but I don't know that we've ever talked about a focus on those issues with women.
And I was thinking about this when Vala brought this to me, that when we talk about help with women, usually it's breast cancer.
Yes.
Stuff like that, you
yes.
know, breast cancer and things of that nature. But you're right, when you start talking about heart disease, yes. I never would have thought heart disease is a leading cause of death in women. I never would have put the two together, because we never I never hear
right.
heart disease death with women. It's always like breast cancer, things of that nature.
Yes.
So yeah, it's new information to me.
And you know what's also interesting, I think, is that we have talked about how men have a tendency to ignore health signs and to not go to the doctor and to not follow up on things. And that's one of the reasons that the 100 has its health initiative every year, is to make it, one day where it's okay for men to go.
Just go.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't usually think about women in that same way.
You know why? Women are caretakers. They don't think about themselves. They're taking care of their children. They're taking care of their elderly parents. But
their husband.
Their husband, exactly. Exactly. And so our health becomes very, it becomes secondary. And so we don't focus on our health as a group.
And I'm wondering, as you was talking about describing even some of the signs, like
yes.
if there are different signs, like I know when we've done the STD training and curriculum things we've done with young men, there's clearly signs in women and there's some symptoms in guys, maybe some symptoms in women and none in guys.
Yes.
And so we have those kind of discussions, but I'm wondering, just listening to you, are there signs and symptoms, and most women just don't know.
That's right.
That this is a possible sign
that's right.
of something.
Yes, a pain in your neck for a woman may be a sign of a stroke. Lightheadedness, being, not thinking correctly, being confused.
See, I thought that meant they were in love.
Possibly.
That could be it, yeah.
Yes, so...
But I'm curious, but if the data is there, why is there, why haven't we talked about it? Why is it now that I'm just learning that heart disease, which is, now I know heart disease is a major killer.
Yes.
But I never thought about it particularly with women. So is there a reason?
I believe that more information is coming out, is leaking is connecting. People are getting it, and to do the opposite is to change your lifestyle, your eating habits, more exercise. These are the things that we have to do. It's no longer a choice, and staying connected to education, educating ourselves, taking the time to do that. You know, we take time for everything else that's surrounding our families. But for ourselves, we have to slow down and take that moment. Yes.
Now let's go back. Now you said, and this is actually part of your church.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we have 2 events going on the same day, one in Atlanta and one here in Rome. And so we, you know, we have connecting churches in the north part of Georgia. So we will come to this location. The churches in the Atlanta area, they will go to that site and walk to good health.
Now that's a little different. So you mean, so y'all are working, so there will be churches in this North Georgia area that will be actually coming to Rome to participate in this event?
Yes, sir.
And then simultaneously there will be some churches in the Atlanta area going to one location for that event?
Yes.
Now I have, that's new to me, especially with regards to the black community for as health initiatives like that.
Yes. I think it's effective because more people are contacted. It's just not for the churches, it's for the communities and businesses and the hospitals. All those areas are connected. And so we want to do this. I know here for me, for Rome, I like to do this more than just one day out the year because health is important. And for myself, I want to get on board. I need to take better care of myself and my family and those that I love. I have to say that I just lost a friend to cancer. And, you know, that's a wake-up call.
I'm wondering, Doc and Ms. Howard, if we all, there's a paradox in America in regards to health. We clearly know a lot about being unhealthy. I mean,
yes.
it's
Yes.
hard not to know about unhealthiness in America. But despite all of that information, you could make the argument that we are still very unhealthy
Right.
as a society, even though we have a ton of information that is out there, that we're not doing a lot with the information that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if it is an American culture problem, that
Absolutely.
being unhealthy, because, you know, individuals do this, you got people that do that, but when the majority of people are unhealthy, clearly that's bigger than just an individual being lazy, not wanting to do this. I mean, there's some other factors in place. I mean,
Yes.
that plays a part, but there's some other factors. And I'm wondering, you know, that's a daunting task. How do we begin to really chip away at that?
I think the setting of this event, it started on Valentine's Day, Love Your Heart. And I think that wearing red and the colorful things, the visual aids, is fun. Walking is one of the number one best way to get back in shape. And I know you know that firsthand. And so this is something that we want to encourage people to be involved with, not just one day, but every day of your life, you know, so you can have longevity to enjoy your grandkids and to have fun and enjoy life. A lot of us is just going day by day, doing the same things, not enjoying what God has given us. And that's good health. And we have to get back to those basics. We have a temple, and we need to take care of it. And by golly, I am on a mission. I am, because I'm seeing people in my lives dying. You know, young people. It's not older people. These are young people, you know. And so we want to encourage people to come out and start the new year with a walking event that would extend to the whole year and beyond that.
Well, I got a challenge for you.
Yes.
Because I do enjoy walking. It has become a part of my routine. We got to take a break, but I got a challenge for you.
All right.
All right, so I know you're intrigued out there. You have to stay with us. We will be right back after this. Welcome back to Community Watch. We're having a conversation with Ms. Valerie Howard about an organization and event that she is very passionate about, dealing with health generally, but in particular with women's health. And we were interrupted with Greg's challenge.
Really? Well, you know, several months ago, when I really started walking and getting into walking, other people in your circle, you know, can begin getting into walking. And me and my wife, who was doing it competitively, you know, we both had it. Everybody got their Fitbits now and all these things. And so the concept the 100 was dealing with is, what if we started a community walking challenge, community-wide? And you could get the hospitals and get everybody involved. You could have teams and have a healthy competition. Because I do believe you're correct. Walking is one of the easiest ways to get back into health. And it can be very rewarding. I mean, when I walk, I like to just solve problems, you know, having these conversations in my head.
Yes.
And I just feel better. But the challenges, I think, you know, with this event, but even outside this event, is networking and creating that more than that one day.
Exactly.
Because I think a lot of people start off being very health conscious at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
We all invest in our little technology things. But I think if you can mobilize and create groups to walk.
Yes.
So that way you have a walking partner, or you can call in, did you get your miles in, or you can get on apps and see who did what and did that. I think that really has the potential to grow, because I do think people want to be healthier. I think a lot of people are intimidated by gyms, or people are, you know, the diets and all these fad things. I think, you know, but walking is one of those things you can derive pleasure from, and it's healthy for you.
Yes, yes, that networking, I think, is very important. Those diets and gyms is a roller coaster, you know, is take people money and they don't go. You know, so they wasting the dollar. So I agree with you that we could challenge our communities into that networking with a group.
And here's my challenge.
Go ahead.
Get your church. See, I believe churches.
Absolutely, yes.
Challenge one of these churches.
Yes, yes.
To say,
we
okay,
started out like that, yes, and I think you're right. We want to get back to that.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some particulars about the event, and then we'll go back to
All right.
help it.
It's going to be held Saturday, February 11th. Our site is going to be from 11 to 1, and it's going to be at Berrien Stadium, and that's 300
everybody
West
knows
3rd.
They know where they
West
are.
That's where the Rome Wolves play.
Exactly, the Wolves. Go Wolves! So it's going to be there. We will have healthy snacks, water, information, pamphlets, a nurse on duty for blood pressure, if they want to check their blood pressure, and we'll have games and ball, different kinds of activities for young people, children, so they are very well welcome to come. Men are welcome to come, teenagers, college students. We just want to, you know, extend that invitation.
And just to come walk a mile? Is it just walk a mile, or?
Just
as long as you are capable in a healthy way. If you are able to walk more than that, that's fine. But please listen to your body. If you get tired,
so it's not a race.
No, it's not a race.
It's just a participation.
It's a participation. Mark Mooney, he also liked to invite faith-based organization. If you participate, materials and giveaways are free. So that's very interesting. A lot of times you call up these places and they want to charge you. Coca-Cola is providing water for us, and so we just hope that, you know, this can be it will be a great event.
So anyone is welcome.
Yes.
But you're really reaching out to women so that they will be more attentive to their own health.
Yes.
And take better care of themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
So I would suggest to men, since you're challenging, is to come out on that day and bring the women in your life.
That's right. That's right.
If you care about them and if you care about their health.
Yes.
You got to put it like that.
Well, I mean,
I'm talking about Doc. You got to put it like if you care about it.
Absolutely.
If you don't, just leave that on. Yeah.
I like to give spot signs of strokes. It's FAST. F is for face drooping. A is for arm weaknesses. And S is for speech difficulties. And T is time to call 911 and get that person to the hospital. If you see a person experiencing those kinds of things.
So I'm wondering if is it a combination between heart disease and stroke and cancer number one killer, or is one greater than the other, or are they all three kind of tied together?
They're all three tied together.
So I'm wondering, and maybe this is questions for the, but I'm just wondering, why is it heart disease in particular has not really been tied to women? If it's that's huge. If that's one of the leading causes.
Yes.
I mean, you hear more about breast cancer,
right?
Than you do heart disease. And
yes.
even though the breast cancer is serious, but I'm saying, but you, in proportion to the death, if heart disease and stroke are like one of the leading causes, you would think as a society we would be acknowledging that more than actually what we do. So that's kind of.
I think also our lifestyles, has a very important part to do with it. And how many of us is overweight? How many of us has high blood pressure? And all those things are against your heart, And
yeah,
I think
it does make sense, really. Especially when you think about women, many of whom have careers of their own.
Yes.
But they often have the careers on top of everything else,
Right.
not instead of everything else,
Right.
but on top of, taking care of family and
yes.
home. And,
yes. And elderly parents, that's a big thing now. It's always been, but a lot of times people want to bring their elderly parents home, and that's an added stress level. Yes.
I'm just thinking, as you was talking, that when you look at overweight, when you look at lifestyle, and you look at some of those factors, and I'm wondering if people, maybe we just haven't done a good job as a society of really educating people about just the benefits of walking.
Yes.
Because I think I'm thinking that when people think about, I'm gonna get in shape, I'm gonna do this, that they thinking they gotta go join a gym, they gotta get on some kind of diet
right.
But just simple walking. And I know it was Doug Walker, actually, from the newspaper. I know he had lost a lot of weight, and one day I just asked him, and he told me he would walk, and he was just committed to like 2 miles a day, I think he said. And so when I started walking, it was my goal, just 2 miles a day. I can always get in 2 miles. But I know at one point, me and Trish got up to where we were walking up to 10 miles a day, out, and just,
cool.
we being competitive. That it was so bad that it'd be like 11:55. I'm trying to see how many steps she got, and she trying to see how many I got. But we enjoyed it.
Yes.
Especially on a nice day, getting out walking can be very enjoying. But the benefits,
Right.
and you can. So it doesn't have to be some in the gym thing. Just walking, a vigorous walk,
Yes.
has a lot of benefits, overall health.
Yes, I try to get an indoor facility, to get out the cold weather. Last year we did it. We had 5 people because the weather, the temperature was just so cold. So I said this year to Dr. Hart, who's the president, perhaps we could do ours a little later. And that's where 11 to 1 came into place. And so, but the weather's been so, warm lately.
I think it's going to be a little cooler this weekend.
Yeah, it is.
But you want it a little cool.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because this is winter after all.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a spectacular event, And I'm so glad you're doing it. So glad you're passionate about it.
Thank you, thank you. God
Now,
is
what is the
good.
name of the event again?
It's called Walk a Mile for a Second Mile.
Okay.
I think that pushed people to walk more than to just 1 mile,
Yeah.
as you were saying. Yes.
And it can be a social thing
Yes,
too. So,
yes. And we're wearing red, you know, for those who are interested to wear red. And it's Go Red for Women. And so we're looking forward to it.
yeah.
I'm to be honest with you, I'm thrilled that the collaboration that you have 2 events,
Yes.
you know, in Atlanta and here.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we do things, you know, in unison by itself. It's like we're not in a silo. We just us doing
Right.
this. So that's inspiring that y'all actually are collaborating
Yes.
between here in Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
and beyond. Really, I just think that's fascinating, and maybe that's a model for going forward. How we do some of our health-related things is to make it
Yes.
bigger than just us. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yes. I'm very excited.
And maybe y'all could start a health initiative for women to go with your health initiative for men.
I think they already have one.
Is there one?
Yeah, there's already a health initiative for women.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do a show about it.
Well, but we are moving toward him as our signature event, but we are trying to move toward making it more inclusive, because
Yes.
while men and African American men do die at a higher rate of prostate cancer, we die at a much higher rate some of these other things as
Yes.
well. But it is. I mean, and that's what I'm hoping too, that just collaboration.
Yes, yes.
Because a lot
yes.
of us are doing things, but if we could just collaborate and support each other.
Yes. Because I have to say, the 100 Men Health Initiative was a wonderful event that was open to women. And that was a very good turnout. It was excellent, and it covered so many health concerns. So thank you.
Oh, quite well. Well.
Well, I wish you great success with this. And,
Thank you very much.
We'll have to have you back in the future and talk about this some more and
Okay.
see how it's going as a year project.
We're going to do
instead
that
of one
project.
day.
Yes.
We're going to do a year project.
Yes, that would be great.
We are coming up on a break here. When we come back, we'll give you the particulars again. So don't go away. Stay with us.
My college offers classes that meet my educational and career goals.
With opportunities outside of the classroom,
where the faculty know me by name.
My college can prepare me for my career.
I can earn an associate's degree and transfer credits to a bachelor's.
My college is a state college within the university system of Georgia.
My college offers courses that fit my schedule.
It's where excellence begins.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are GHC, Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been having a conversation with Ms. Valerie Howard, who is been talking about a health initiative for a day, but really for a lifetime.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Especially for women who may not take the time to take care of themselves.
Yes.
And so on Saturday, February 11th, from 11 to 1 at Barron Stadium, you're inviting anyone, but women in particular, to come out and just walk.
Yes.
It's not a race, just participate and wear red for the event, because the name of the event is
Go Red for Women.
Go Red for Women. All right, so that's an easy thing you participate in. Support this. Thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
And thank
very
you for
much.
joining us. We'll see you next time on Community Watch.